to share. Okay, I think that's the right one. Cool. So it's been a while since you've heard from me. My first week here at Omni, I demoed some Git stuff in DBT, and since then, there's been the bulk of my focus has been on all of the connectivity between like the front end creating DBT repos and running DBT commands in Lambda, and getting the results back and like passing that up to the front end. So lots of like ground infrastructure stuff, and that's all in place. I'm sure there will be work in the future to improve that and make it more reliable, but the basics are there, and now it's on to the fun stuff. So in the front end, there's now this DBT section inside the connection settings. And thanks to Jared for helping improve the design and experience here on top of my crappy little form that I sent over to him. But the way that you connect to DBT repo right now is with SSH connectivity. With GitHub and GitLab, it's possible for us to do an OAuth flow, which is going to be easier for the user. But using SSH is kind of covers all of the bases because you can use it with GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Amazon code, whatever. And so like later we'll add the OAuth stuff to make it easier, but to start with, cover a wider thing with SSH. So the user has to put in their SSH URL, a branch they want to clone, and then a schema, which is a DBT schema and has special meaning beyond just the database schema. Save that, and then we generate an SSH key, which the user will have to go into their deploy keys in GitHub. Delete the old one. This is a key. And once they've done that, then to do a sync of the DBT repo, right now it's hooked into the refresh schema endpoint. So this is going to go and execute the Lambda function that's running DBT and then like parse the results that DBT gives us. And then that makes its way into the model. So we go into an example model like users, and the description gets updated with this came from DBT. It's also shown here. This bit of this DBT key may get removed. It may get augmented with extra information that's being figured out. But the important thing is the description is filled in. So that's it.
That's freaking awesome.
There was I don't know if it was a prospect or customer, I can't remember, but explicitly asked about this functionality